just like a couple lines to make it seem more like a building and not just, I don't know. Feel free to leave suggestions. And yeah, this is Plastic Beach. Go stream the album. Honestly, Rhinestone Eyes and Stylo are among the best songs of all time, and literally my two favorite songs ever to hear live. Nothing beats the feeling of hearing Stylo live. I've had the pleasure of hearing it, like 7 times now, and it's just always a highlight. Next we have a tattoo I don't really want to show because it's so fucked. The tattoo artist, literally, she won the I don't give a fuck war. It took her maybe 10 minutes to do this. She didn't put any effort into it whatsoever. She totally messed it up. It looks patchy. It bled out. The lines are just like very, very patchy. Not a fan. I got this together with 2 friends. So like my friends got different tattoos, but we were all in the studio together. And we were all just like super unhappy. Which is a shame because I've been to the studio like a couple times and I've always had great experiences, but this time I guess the artist who worked there couldn't be bothered to do anything. So yeah, this is the ice cream of the Magic Whip album by Blur, and I love Blur. It's the other band by Damon Albarn of Gorillaz, in case you didn't know. And I just really love the cover art, and I love the album. My Terracotta Heart is a song on the album, and it's among my favorite songs of all time. Yeah, originally the part that is black is yellow on the cover, but the tattoo artist told me that yellow wouldn't show on my skin since I'm so pale, and since it's such a thin line, even though she totally she just went in too deep. That is why it's so thick now. I hate it, but I mean I've had it for over 4 years now, so I guess it's kind of part of me. And this is Loki, like the tattoos on my legs are just very symmetrical. I should change that because I want some disorder. Sorry, let me figure out my headphone situation. So this is, let me show you from the other angle. Sorry, I don't know if this is relaxing at all. But yeah, this is a Italian stone pine. I got it when I was in Rome 2 years ago because something about these trees, I don't know, they're very captivating in my opinion. They look very majestic, and when I kept seeing them because they're everywhere in Rome, I thought to myself, I kind of want a tattoo of that one. So my friend who lived in Rome at the time was like, yeah, let's do it. So he accompanied me to a tattoo studio. It hurt quite a bit, so he rubbed my back. What a king. And yeah, probably the ones, all the ones on my lower legs are the ones that hurt the most. Not so much that I had to take breaks or whatever, but where I really had to bite my tongue. So yeah. And now we move on to the one on my thigh. Let me zoom out a bit. Oh no, that is horrible. Okay, here we go. these lyrics are from the Gorillaz song The Lost Chord. And as soon as I heard that song for the first time over 5 years ago, I thought to myself, holy shit, that is one of the best songs I've ever heard. And in particular, this very line, it just did something to me. I was so obsessed with Damon singing, or 2D singing, Move Me Somewhere I Can See the Sunlight. Anyway, when I saw Gorillaz in London in August and September last year, I ended up at the after show party, where I met Damon, the singer, for the 9th time. We're besties by now. And it was very late. It was like midnight, I think. And he was pretty drunk. But I had my little notebook with me with a pencil, because I knew if I were to meet him, I'd need to tell him to write it down for me. So him, drunk as hell, wrote down, "Move me somewhere I can see the light." And I didn't have the heart to tell him that he messed up the lyrics, and it's sunlight and not light. But I was like, you know what? It's kind of beautiful that he personalized it a bit. So I didn't mind, and it's also just very funny that he spelled light in capital letters, because what's the point? But whatever. So yeah, literally 12 hours later I got it tattooed by a very sweet Japanese tattoo artist who did a residency at this tattoo studio, and he could barely speak English and I can't speak Japanese, and it was kind of so wholesome that we still were able to totally figure out what I wanted just by gesturing, and I kept saying arigato. It was very, very sweet. So yeah, O-V-E-M-E-S, sorry, O-M-E-W-H-E-R-E-I-C-A-N-S-E-A-L-I-G-H-T. Stream The Lost Chord by Gorillaz. And Damon sings these lyrics at 2 minutes 27. Just so you know. And now we move on to the star of the show, my favorite tattoo of all time. I love this tattoo so much. It's my favorite tattoo. I got it 1.5 years ago in Copenhagen. I went to visit a friend in Sweden, and the place they lived in Sweden isn't that far away from Copenhagen, and I had been following the tattoo artist of this tattoo for a while, so I thought, this is my chance to get a tattoo by her. And I absolutely love her style, because she's a lot into interior, very detailed interior designs. And I commissioned her to capture the essence of my room, because here we have the guitar, and I have 2 guitars, even though I can't really play them anymore. And we have a couple posters with my favorite bands. So we have the Chili Peppers, and we also have a poster with Plural One, another favorite artist of mine, and another poster with War Paint, with a logo of War Paint, another favorite band of mine. And for example, we have a ramen bowl. Ramen is my favorite dish of all time. And the Monstera, which I love. I had a Monstera back in Vienna. She was ginormous. Now I don't have the space for it anymore, but I love Monstera plants. And I just like the image of these, like, I don't know the word, electricity pylons. I don't know. They remind me of Japan, and I think they're just very aesthetically pleasing. So I told her I would really like if there were a window, and you could look outside and see these things, and she absolutely smashed it. So yeah, here we have the window. Here we have the electricity, whatever it's called. The, I don't know, sun or moon, you choose. The guitar again. Another picture frame. A board with books and a plant on it. Another plant. Some pillows. And a mattress. A book. A laptop. A blanket. Blanket. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I will ever have a tattoo that will top this one for me. It just, I don't know. It's like literally made for me since it's a custom. But it just feels like quintessential me, and that's a beautiful thing to have on my body. So yeah, that is it for the video. I hope the breathing wasn't too harsh with the Apple mic. I will re-listen, and I will have to cut out certain moments if they're too harsh on your ears. So if the video is not totally cohesive, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I'm new to this. I'm used to knowing what you hear because of the earphones I use with the Blue Yeti. But yeah, let me know which one of these tattoos is your favorite. Whoa, not the bruise.